Hey, what's up YouTube? Well, I was on the market for a decent bike light purely because, you know, darker nights, living in Scotland and some of the places I ride can be quite sketchy if you've not got a good light. I wanted something that could transition over from the regular commuting bike to an e-bike, because you generally do go a little bit faster on the e-bike, and especially when you're off-roading, it's crucial to see as far ahead as possible. So this light is the Hope R8 Plus. And all I can say is the light itself will literally melt the skin off you. It's that bright and it's that hot when it's up at its max setting. But later on in the video we'll cover the actual light output and the different settings. For now I'll just show you what came in the box. The bike mount itself is currently fitted to the bike, so I'll show that later in the video as well. And the light itself I've got sitting next to me. It's not in the box because everything's a bit all over the place in here. But here's the box, premium Hope box as usual. Big box for a small light, Hope R8 Plus. This is a premium light, so you will pay a pretty penny for it. But all I can say is, it really is worth every penny. I've went through many of the Chinese solar storms and stuff from eBay and Amazon. Generally the last maybe 6 months, a year if you're lucky. You're always worried about the battery maybe burning your house down also. So I thought it was about time to spring for something that's going to give me longevity, because although it's a pricey purchase in the beginning, it will hopefully last for years to come. So here in the box we have this little mount here, which is a bayonet type fit mount. The light just presses in there and twists. What I will say about this is that this one here is for fitting to the head strap they provide in the box. You probably could use it as a replacement on a bike. My bike fell over on the train a couple of weeks ago, and this bit here is plastic and the light fitting's metal. So what happened is it actually chewed all this up and broke it away, and then the light wouldn't fit anymore. But I reached out to Hope and I've got to give them thumbs up for that, because they sent me a replacement part with 4 screws next day, no questions asked. Absolutely fantastic service from them, so I'm very pleased that they helped me out that way rather than spending £40 on a complete new mount for the bike. So it's all packaged really well with the foam and stuff. Okay, let's set the box out of the way. So what you have here is you have the head strap, which I haven't actually, as you can see, used at all. I generally don't use head straps. I find even like say a GoPro or light something on it is a wee bit heavy when you're moving your head from left to right, so I don't bother too much with that. Of course you get your little warranty card / sort of user guide. Okay, don't really need it, it's pretty self-explanatory. I figured it out without really needing to look at that. They include a wrist strap also, if you want to fit the light to your wrist, or if you have a tiny head. Also another strap in here as well, which is again, I'm guessing for a smaller wrist. Okay. One of the things I did love that they bring on the end of the battery, which I'll show you that just now. So, your battery, 6 ion cells, and as you can see the battery indicator there, so you can always check on the fly what level of battery you've got just at the touch of a button. This is sturdy, well made, solid casing, rubber bits at the side, and there's my phone, somebody reaching out already. Here we have the little rubber cap, as I was saying, that comes on the end of the battery. Now, I really like this because although these probably can get lost really easily if you're putting a battery in storage or throwing it in your backpack a spare, keep any dirt and grit out of that connection. A little rubber cap is a godsend. So, well done Hope for that. Back over into the box very quickly. We do have the charger cable and plug with the Hope brand in there. Alright, this bit here is interchangeable, and they do supply the interchangeable 2-prong head there. They also chuck in a couple of stickers and an extension cable, okay? So if you're running this battery in your backpack or wanting to place it somewhere on your bike and you need a little bit of length, they do give you about, I think this is a metre and a half length, okay? So decent enough. Right, back on the battery. So we're talking about this battery. It does weigh a little bit. It did come with straps that you put through here and then you can attach it to your frame. I've never liked that setup or style, purely just because the Velcro straps, I never feel they're secure enough, and of course the battery will move left and right, okay? The cable obviously here is coiled in and it's not the longest, but if you got it mounted where I mount it on my bike, which is in a little phone case bag holder on the top tube, I generally keep it up there, and then that way it's not reaching far to the handlebars, okay? Let me chuck these out of the way. So, the light itself, this is premium, right? We already know that. Hope they make great products. This is the first product that I've ever bought of theirs, I will admit, because generally I don't like springing a lot of cash on something as simple as a light. But as mentioned previously, I went through that many cheap Chinese lights. I thought it was time to get something really decent, because it's crucial to be seen and to see. The construction's solid. It is made of metal. You've got the little bayonet fitting here, as I say, that pops down into the mount, and I'll show you that later how that fits. And then the cable here's, I suppose in my eyes this is a negative. This cable isn't that long, it is very stiff, and I do feel like maybe a weak point is here, where it potentially over time could, you know, come away. And then this button's got quite a firm press on it. For cycling through your modes, you press it on, it'll go into like say trail, race, and I can't remember the other mode, but anyways, you press it in and then you can go through a couple of 3 or 4 modes, and then you can hold it in and it switches it into the brighter modes, and again you get another selection of 3 or 4 modes to go through. But again, we'll cover that when we come to shooting outside later in the darker night, and I'll take the bike a ride and show you what that looks like. So yeah, Hope, excellent light, R8 Plus. Hope this has helped somebody out there, but I'll definitely make the purchase. I did buy a spare battery also. Battery run time, I've never run it flat on a ride, but I think they claim on high about 1.5 to 2 hours, and I never even run it on high because you blind people walking and motorists and stuff, so generally I have it on like second lowest setting, and it lasts a couple of weeks of commuting in. Okay guys, I'm currently out with the Hope R8 Plus. It's not completely pitch dark just yet. Not too far from home, just along the road, and found a little kind of dirt track, because in a field there. But this is the light on the lowest setting. We've got 8 LEDs in there. The 4 in the bottom row are diffused and the 4 on the top are clear. As I say, it's on the lowest setting, which is represented by the pink colour on the button there, and we'll use that gate just ahead there as a reference. Okay, so you see the light here, and then I'm going to cycle for the mods. Okay, so that's medium. You see the gate there now. So generally I ride with it on low, on well lit roads, and if there's a lot of people around on the canal path. But if I'm needing to see with a decent amount of light and the sort of darker, more residential streets, this is a setting that I would use. As you can see, it puts a pretty decent beam spread and pretty focused pattern there, but it still gives you enough light to the right and left of the image there. If we go to the next setting, and it's flash mode on there, okay, or SOS as they call it, and then flicking back takes you back down to the lowest setting. Alright, so generally, as I say, when I go into the next setting up, which is represented by the yellow, that's the one that I normally run on, and I don't really have any problems with that. I can get at least a solid month out of a battery, and I do carry a spare just in case I get caught off guard, but there's no issue because you've got that fuel gauge on the battery to check. Now if we hold the button in, it puts the light off. If I tap it on, it immediately goes into the next group of presets. So as you can see, that's pretty bright there. The next one's brighter again, and the next one turns night into day as Hope advertises it. And yeah, that's amazing stuff. And as I say, that on this setting it will like melt the skin off you, and that's why you've got the heat fins on the back to help with the airflow. And you get plenty of airflow on this when you've got it on an e-bike, but on a commuting bike you need to be pretty much bombing it down hills to get that there to keep cool enough. Although I haven't had any problems with it overheating or anything like that. Generally will step down brightness modes as the battery gets depleted, to maintain some sort of light output for you. But again, I haven't really got it to that drastic state where it has had to really drop light output enough that, you know, I can't see. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe for more in the future.